Good morning, it's Monday morning. It's a bit unusual for me to be at work on Monday recently because I've been away doing bits and pieces. I've come to another job. This is a job that I priced to do some work quite some time ago. It's really warm in here, so all the heating's on. So I've had the floor sanded. Do remember looking at something in here, but I don't think they're changing the bathroom. Someone told me they're illegal now. Right, so the job I've got is I've got to put newel posts, balustrades here and around the corner. Obviously, if you've got a child, they're going to be renting this out, and if you've got a child, they're just going to go through the crack. You can't have a gap that's more than 100 mil. So this needs to come out. I'll have to put another newel post and then balustrades, handrail, top and bottom. I can keep this handrail and put the balustrades onto it. Same with this one. And I do seem to remember something else I did. I've got to look at the estimate I did. It was such a long time ago. I've got a feeling it's in here. They wanted some flooring putting down. That's really weird that they've got 2x1 on it. Very interesting. So maybe I'll pull the 2x1 up and put some like plywood flooring down, which is a nightmare if you need to get to the electrics. So, oh, look at the polystyrene insulation. And it's missing all the insulation. I don't know, it looks like fresh drilling has gone through there. So the electrician must have been up in. He's probably pulled the insulation out, so I'll have to put that back in. Mind you, that's bedroom size, so that doesn't really need insulation. It? So it's got insulation here, but I'll see where I'll put that back up there and do that. Got the hot water cylinder in the attic. Right, so what I need to do is measure up what I need. I'm currently in the micro, and I'm going to have to go and get the van so I can pick up materials. Spanner, get rid of that. Right, let's go and get measured up. Just noticed that on the floor. That'll be looks like someone cut it and not put any brace underneath it. Interesting how the windows are so high. Don't really get a view out the window. That's the garden. We're in sort of west of Central at the moment, where we are, and we're in a valley. So there's some lovely walks around here. I cycle along here. Yeah, it's nice little area. I don't know how much land they have. It gets a bit messy out there. I never like it when you see 8x4 sheets on the ceiling. It's usually asbestos related. Anyway, there's nothing to do with me. Right, I've measured up. We're going to have base rails, newel posts, handrail, balustrades, so across there. Base plate on here, but I'm not changing the handrail, so we'll just have to fix the balustrades in and glue them. Base plate, same here. Then we can have a base rate and new handrail that the balustrades go into. So I'm going to have to join a newel post onto this one, and it's going to have to be solid, so I'll probably half lap it, glue it, clamp it, good fixings in it. This one I can bolt through, so I need to get some good fixings. Right, let's go and get some bits. Yeah, I was supposed to be the painter here to let me in, but he's not here for some reason. And I need to measure up what I need, so they've got a key box, and I thought I'd have a delve and have a go and manage to get it open, because I do find that these are never far from where they're meant to be. So, and it's yeah, it's usually the same type of number. So at least I've got access in there. The people who own it, they haven't. This has been empty for a couple of years now. Yeah, wherever you look, there seems to be a bit more stuff that needs doing. But I tend to only do what I've been asked to do. I don't get involved in anything. It's a mighty micro. So I'm going to swap this over and get the van now. Now that was a mission. I've had to get handrail, base rail, there's more base rail there. These are going to be the balustrades, so it's just going to be square. Could put a chamfer on, but it's purely to make it, it's going to look alright with these on, it's to make it conform, because that's so dangerous like that for children. Newel posts, more newel posts, just bits I need. So I've got my compressor and my air nailers. I haven't got I bought a new saw, so I don't know where that's gone. I think it must be at the basement job, because that would have been handy here. I'll go and double check in the van. But there's quite a lot of timber there, and I booked these out and they worked out £300 for the two. I said that's got to be a mistake, it can't be that expensive. So they're looking into it and seeing, because otherwise it's a lot of money to anything. So I don't know whether to start putting the uprights in here. Yeah, I might do that because it shows, it'll give me an idea of what's going on. It's 2 o'clock now, I think. So I've spent hours trying to sort this out and find straight timbers. Yeah, what I'm going to have to do as well is plane these down, because they're like 1 mil wider than the groove is on the base plate. Will look more. I'll put the base plates on and we'll see how it goes from there. Right, I'm starting by undoing these coach bolts that are holding this handrail in. There's probably a fixing through there as well. It might make a bit of a mess. So the painter said he's painted all the rooms, he's left the hall, because I think he knows there's going to be a bit of damage. Right, let's get this out. That's the handrail off. So what I need to do is put a newel post there. So I brought one up. So I need to cut this bit of floorboard so I can get decent fixings to fix a newel post. So the newel post, there'll be one like that. One like that. And then one like that. So this is I'm going to chop this down so it goes, I can fix through the timbers, get a good solid fixing on it. Let me get this board up first, we'll see what's underneath it. We're getting there, we're getting the framework up, so I've got to cut down the spindles. I've also got to plane them down, because that's 42 mil, and I think the spindles are 44. Yeah, that is just over the minimum distance you can have for a handrail, 900. So I couldn't go any higher there. I couldn't bring that higher than that one, because it would have looked odd. So I need to mark out the cuts, the spindles, see how many I need, and start putting them in. It's quite late, I'm carrying on. I just want to get some, I've got another job to do tomorrow, and it's not good going backwards and forwards all the time. So if I can get this bit finished, that'll be a challenge, and also it'll be part of it done. And then afterwards. Once I've set up the angles, I can cut all the, as long as these are parallel, I can cut them all at the same time and just slot them in. Once I've got the air nailer going, yeah, let's cut some spindles. That's the first bit done. I'm just going to make my way around this side. So how it works is you put these into the groove. I glue it first, put it in, then use the air nailer to skew nail it. Then you put a spacer block in, which fits nicely in the groove. So what I've done is I've cut loads at 90mm. It's got to be a maximum of 100mm gap. So we've got 90mm gap, just to be on the safe side. And then I've made a rod that I can put where the ends of the balustrade is going to be, so I can get the gap the same either side. So I worked out 55mm, made my way down, and we ended up at 57mm there. So that's pretty spot on. I'm going to have to give it a quick sand, just get the edges off it, because it's all quite sharp, and if the paint's not going to stain it for long. Right, it's now 6:30, so I've just got carried away because I'm doing carpentry, I love doing carpentry, especially this, because it's like making it all from scratch, just from bits of wood, apart from the base and the handrail. So that is 50 by 50 planed, and I'll have to give it a plane either side just to get it to fit into the groove. The mules they had at the merchants, I needed 51 and they had 16, and they were much smaller. So I just thought I'll make my own. It's going to take longer, but let's get this one done. Then I think I'll be happy leaving it this evening with just that one done, the top bit done, and then when I come, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, I'm in the basement tomorrow, which is a pain because I've got to move all the tools out again. If I could just stay somewhere and get something finished. Right, so I'm going to get this, measure up with the rod, see how many I need, get them cut. I'll show you the jig I've set up downstairs just so I can cut them all the same length. All these are the same height because when I did the handrails, I made sure that they were parallel. Just makes fitting it all easier. And already, I mean, it's only just been fit. That is pretty substantial. Once the glue goes off, it'll be even better. So I'm going to work out how many I need for here, get them cut, mark it out, cut the spacers in between, and then just glue it all up and fire them in with the air nailer. Right, I put a block there, so that's 90mm. So all these are the same size, so it'll make everything parallel. This is a crude way of doing it, so I'm going to take this off now. I've marked the back, and I put my 2x2 against that, and I cut it, and they come out the right length, right height then. And then I run the planer over them twice. The ball painter I asked him if he's got a room that I can abuse. So yeah, I'm making quite a mess. Right, let's get, I need to get, I think it was six balustrades done, so I'll get onto that now. That's both sides done now. It doesn't take long once you've got it all set up, a jig, and just knock them out. Oh, a bit of glue there. Right, so that should be fairly solid tomorrow. I need to get, yeah, I think these newel posts will be, that's 3 more newel posts I need. How much stuff have I got? One, two, oh, I've got plenty. Plenty of that. I'm sure I must have enough 2x2. So I'm quite looking forward to getting stuck into it. It's 5 to 7. I could always do the newel post now. I'm going to have to half lap that one to give it a bit of strength. Lots of glue on it, lots of screws. Hold it together. And this is going to have to be notched out to go around the corner so I can get some good bolts through it. Right, that's it all tied. Well, I didn't bring a dustbin and brush. In my limited tools that I bought. So now I've got to get all the tools from here into the van, which is just outside, so it's not too bad. I've got to get, I did these narrower, we're getting a bit tight on gap there. So I'm going to do these the same, these are 95 by 95. So I'll do those two the same. That one's probably going to be cut down in half. Yeah, that'll evolve. I'll work that out tomorrow. But I don't think these will take too long to do. And I don't think it's going to be fiddling about with the newel post that's going to take the time. Right, let's get this in the van. Good morning, it's Wednesday morning and we've got a good start on the go already today. I've been to the dump, I've been to the merchants, I brought some timber. I brought a pellet cutter. I haven't used one of these for a while. 10mm pellet cutter, 10mm drill bit, so I can make some pellets. And that way, what I've got to do, I'll show you later what I'm doing with these. So I think I'm going to use these first, then I'm going to start putting these bits in. So I'll get all those in, then I can put the newel posts, which is what I'm using them first, there and there. So I'm going to get on with these and show you what I'm doing with them. So these were the biggest timbers I could get locally for the newel posts. So the idea with these bits is I'm going to glue and fix them to the side. It's all getting painted to match in with the original staircase. So that's why I'm going to drill and plug down the back. So I'm going to glue it, clamp it up, drill and plug it, screw it, and then whilst that can be going off while I'm starting on there. So I've got 3 of these to make. One that's getting grafted onto that, one on the corner, I'm not sure I'm going to do that yet, and one up here. What I've done is I've done a 10mm hole and a small hole through the middle for the screw to go through. So I'm about to glue this area here, and then I can clamp it and then screw it. Right, I've cut the first balustrade, and what we need is a maximum of 100mm gap, so I always go 90mm. But we've got 90mm here. This one isn't going to start here, by the way. But the piece of timber I have to put between here, because it's at an angle, is actually 120mm. So I've made a rod now with the size of the spindle and then 120mm gap. So what I need to do is even it out so that the gap's the same at the top and bottom, be somewhere around there. Then I can mark on the base rail where all the spindles need to go. And then what I'll do is I'll cut the pieces, then all these will be 120, but they will have to be beveled. I'll show you that later. So the first one I'll cut, there's no actual top, there's no groove in here because it's the existing handrail. So what I'll have to do, unfortunately, the top is not very square. I had to do quite a bit of work to this spindle to make it fit onto the handrail because it's at an angle. So what I'm going to do is plenty of glue and get a good screw in there to get a good fixing, and that should hold it together. So I'll make a spacer block so the bottom can rest against the spacer block, but I'll also do one for the top as well. And I'll just hold it in place while I screw it, and then I can work my way up. Obviously the block won't be staying there, the block will be coming off, it'll just be that. that's that not in. I've just got to give it a bit of a sand down. They all were slight, oh, I've got to take this bit out as well. That's just to hold it in, make it parallel. Yeah, they all were varying heights. Because the handrail was put on without any idea of balustrades going in, they just sort of put it in where it's convenient, and it was slightly squiffed as well. So I had to do a few technical cuts on the spindles, but yeah, that's them. So the paint has got quite a bit to do. I had to fix the top one through the top of the handrail. All the other ones I've got a nice big screw, plenty of glue going up, so yeah, he's gonna have a bit of filling to do. Right, this piece here now, I'll do that next. I don't know why I jumped straight onto that one, because it was closer, I suppose. So yeah, I presume that's going to be similar to that. Time for a coffee before I start that. We are now 25 to 12. So that is probably going to, if I can get that done and the newel posts in, that'll be good. If I do that, I might want to work late. I don't know if I showed the newel posts after I put the plugs in them. So I'm just waiting for the glue to go off, and then I can give them a quick sand up. Yeah, coffee time. British nation was built on cups of tea, but I've got a cappuccino machine. That's the top bit done. So I can stay downstairs now, it's just the bottom bits to do. So it's all coming together. There's a lot here. But yeah, it's all taking shape. Right, let's get all my tools down. That's been planed up and sanded. The plugs have been sanded up and planed. So yeah, it's pretty square now. So now I can get on and do that one and that one. And I'll have to do something on there as well. Just made this bit from a bit of leftover that we had. I'll show you how it works. So now I'm going to transfer that onto there, and then I can work out the length of it and cut that down and put the pointy bit on the top. Right, this is the end of Wednesday. It's 6:05, so I've been tidying up a bit. It's not worth going mad because I've still got some newel posts, balustrades to cut. I think I might have overordered balustrades. So I need about another 15. Oh, maybe not so far off. I thought I was only going to get 2 out of a length, and I managed to get 3 out, so I've saved a bit. Yeah, I've put the base plate on, and I would love to continue because, you know, it won't take that long to get this done, but it all takes time. So I'll be here till probably 9, and yeah, I've got plans for tonight. So I've just chamfered the edges of this. Otherwise, it would have been nice to bring it all to the floor, but I couldn't do that because it would have been too much cutting out. It'd be a really weird cut out to do. So I've just chamfered them to make them fit. But that sort of looks like it's always been there. It sort of looks like how it should look like. So yeah, frustrating because I'd like to get it finished, I'm gonna have to plane down the edges of here where the timbers are slightly different size. I've put that on level, whereas that one isn't. And I've had to pry the top one over a bit to get that one level. But it's all glued and screwed, so it should be nice and secure, and it should all hold itself together. Especially when I'm gluing the new balustrades in as well. Right, that's it for today. I'm just gonna make sure I've got everything, turn the lights out, and get ready for my next job tomorrow, which is gonna be cellar. I'm in the cellar again. The electrician's been today. Right, see you tomorrow then. I'm back at that flat again. So they've got underground parking. I've got the essentials ready. So I've had a couple day. And my hacksaw, I'll go and show you what I'm doing with it. It's quite heavy, that bit, the glass bit off the table that's here. The woman phoned me and said, can I remove it from the wall? Because it's welded into the wall. It's not welded, but I presume there's a plate or something, they've screwed it in and I don't know what they've done, but it's solid. That is really solid. So I said I can cut it with my hacksaw. If I cut it as close as I can, I've got to be really careful of the wallpaper. I was expecting to see some sort of grub screw or something that you could undo and slide it off, but I'm guessing they've actually screwed it. So there's probably a plate behind here, and they sort of work around it. So I'll cut this back. I don't have two nibs there, but they understand that. Well, I'm just over halfway through this one. It's tough to saw, plus also the saw is very, very close to the wall, and I can't have the saw rubbing on the wall. So yeah, it's quite tricky to hold it and do it. So I'm using my hands, pushing my hands against the wall, so I'm not, I'm rubbing my hand against the wall rather than the saw. But I've just had to make sure I've cleaned my hands, because I'm guessing this wallpaper is probably quite hard to replace and quite expensive. But I don't know how they would have got round here. I was just looking at this as well. This is no sign of any fixings. I don't know if that's possibly the same way. Most odd. Anyway, let's carry on sawing with this. Well, that kept me warm. So I've cut through those. I'm going to have to file those, get rid of the sharp edges. I just can't work it out. I mean, what if you wanted to change the flooring? You're a bit stuck with it, really. This one actually seems to be twisting, but there's no way they could have fixed that and then welded that. You just couldn't do it inside someone's house. I'm gonna put a pair of mole grips on there and see what happens. See if it can twist out. Don't really know what to do with this now. They've got a garage downstairs. I think I'll put it in there where my coffee machine is. Hello, it's Thursday morning, which is my Friday really, because I'm not here tomorrow, I'm not working tomorrow. So this is the where the table was yesterday that we took from the wall, and I couldn't work out how they'd fitted it, so I had to cut these off. So what I did today was I brought some doorknobs and I've cut the middle out. Let me show you. And the idea being I could cover up. Can't find them. Anyway, I've got a couple of doorknobs. Right there. And the idea was I was going to stick those. I've drilled the middle out so I could stick them over the pipes that were sticking out. I mean, it's going to look a bit weird, but that sticking out the wall's not ideal either. So they were really, really hard to get out. They must have put something in the wall, drilled the hole, and glued it in, because that was a right job getting it out. It was touch and go whether or not I thought it had a plate behind it screwed to a stud or something, but this is actually plasterboarded, dot and dabbed over a cement wall. So I had the client the woman who looks after the property phoned me up yesterday saying, can you get rid of the mirror that's above it? So I was kind of pleased it wasn't the same thing, because I didn't want to be hacksawing behind the mirror because there wasn't much room, but there was just a couple of screws sticking out and a connector for the lighting. So I've popped them downstairs in the garage just to get them out of the way. I don't know what they want to do with them, if they're going to dump them or anything, but I've done my bit. So on to the next job. Well, what I've done before I got here, I've been at the merchants. I've had to get thermal boards, a door, architrave, skirting, all for the cellar job. So I'm going there to get that done now. Apparently the electrician's done the stud wall, so I can finish off putting the stud up. The plasterboard, he's put his cables in. I've got a thermal board the exterior wall, and then I can hang the door, get that up and running, so ready for the painters to get in. So that's my mission today. Right, I'm down in the cellar again. The electrician's been, put his cables in, so I can board the back of the stud. I'm gonna put some insulation in it. I'm thermal boarding this exterior wall because it'll help keep the heat in. Yeah, it's a bit, yes, it's the curve on the ceiling is a bit challenging, but I'm just put on with quick grip. So that's what I usually put the thermal board on with. So the next sheet's going to come up to about here. I'll have to do something about the vent, leave an opening. Yeah, just make my way through really. Oh, I've just got some plastic mesh to go over the timbers I put on. And the timbers are a little bit low. I think we can live with that. It sort of disappears, the mesh, you don't really see it that much, but that will stop the dog getting out. So what I want to do is get some cable ties around here. Because we're close to the sea, we'll end up, everything will get rusty otherwise. As we can see with these bits, you do get salt water getting blown up here, as far away as it is. Yeah, back in the basement, we're getting a bit of a problem here, whereas it doesn't seem that dark on the camera, but it is, the light has been removed by the electrician because it was tied into that one, and now they're doing a separate one that's going to run across. They're going to put trunking, go through the wall, out through the boxing, up along trunking here, and then a couple of lights wherever's needed. So yeah, at the moment it's a bit dark. I've got a door to hang, and architrave and skirting to go on. I think I'll do the skirting, get that done. I can't do the architrave because I don't want to fit the lining until I've started to hang the door. What I normally do is fit the side it's hung to, get it swinging, then I can adjust the lining to the door. Makes life a bit easier. I've got doorstop, skirting, I've just got 4-inch skirting. I've got some architrave, just OG architrave, which is going to be quite a shape to go fill that. I thought they'd be putting cables above there, but they're not. They're going all, everything's coming out through there, going round. I could plasterboard the back of this, but I want to put insulation in it first. So I need to bring some insulation with me next time I come. So I've got, what is it today? Thursday, it is now 2:30. Yeah, if I do the skirting, I'll put the skirting in. It's going to be a bit weird around there. This wall will be fine. I can't because this has been glued onto the wall, and I can't take those out until the glue's set. So I can't do that. It's partly, I can't do this length until I put the architrave on, which I can't do until I put the door in. I haven't got the bits that I need to put the door on, so I think I might go back to the staircase job and carry on there. It's 2:15, 2:30. I'll get a couple of hours in doing the newel posts, the balustrades. That's it done. We've come back, we've put all the spindles in. They were getting a bit technical. these ones, because it's got different angles on them. Flatten the bevel. Paint's doing the doors, so I'm trying not to make any dust, which I have been doing. I've been shutting the door while I've been cutting. So I've left a few tools here. And I'm coming back Monday, just to plane this down, get that all nice and straight. Right, thanks for watching, see you next week. Oh, yeah, I'm not in tomorrow, it's Friday tomorrow, but that's work's due day, so see you next week.